Well, hello, nerds. Look at that, Chris. We got going with I guess minimal technical issues. So huzzah! I think I might have ironed most of my silly issues out. I think I know how to stop them from happening anyway. Hello, nerds. We are back for another stream. This is going to be a different stream for multiple reasons. First of all, because it's been quite the week. I got a new job, so huzzah! I'm going to get paid more, which means a couple of things for the channel. First, there will be a more regular schedule. That regular schedule, though, is yet to be determined because it's going to depend greatly on my new job. So there's that. But second, it also means that the schedule is going to change. So this Monday, sometimes Tuesday morning stream, and then Friday, sometimes Saturday morning stream will very likely not continue. I do think we will still continue to do live shows, and then maybe if I can find the time, we'll switch maybe one of the live shows to a pre-recorded show. Maybe do the Monday show as the live show, or the earlier in the week show as the live show, and then the later in the week show. Yes, for once, no technical issues. I'm super stoked. And then the one in the later week we'll do as a pre-recorded. I don't know. I'm still playing with the ideas, but right now we're just stoked on the fact that there is a new job, which means I'll be able to take care of myself. Huzzah! Before we jump into the things, also this is going to be a different stream because I'm not really going to talk about news as much. We're mostly just going to be talking about movies, specifically 2 movies, because I just saw the Michael Jackson biopic movie, which was fantastic. Spoiler alert. Also, Mortal Kombat comes out next week, and I'm extra hyped for it. They just did a fan early screening for a select group of fans. I sadly was not one of them, but I also don't know if I would have been able to attend if I had been one of them. So it's probably for the best. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna compare the Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter upcoming movies, because I heard a comparison that I think needs a little bit of diving into. And before we do all of that stuff, go check out the merch store. It is up and running and functional. I just actually ordered another one because I don't have the time to go get my shirt out of storage. So I just ordered another Phantom Nerd shirt because, again, I really love this design. So I want one on me whenever I'm streaming because it's a great little design. But yeah, go check out the merch store. There are other things so that you can proclaim your nerdiness. Definitely going to watch Mortal Kombat movie when it comes out. Yes, dude, there are multiple popcorn buckets. Multiple popcorn. We'll get to that in just a minute, though. So, merch store, linked in the description. There's multiple things for you to proclaim your nerdiness to the world. And if you have a specific nerddom that you prefer to tout, then there is a shirt for you, I promise. That being said, there's also... sponsor, channel partner, DUBBY. We have code Generally Nerdy at checkout, get you 10%, gives me a little bit of a kickback. I'm super appreciative, thank you. There have been a couple of orders made since our last stream, so rock and roll, you guys are awesome. Yeah, DUBBY is great. My personal favorites, the ones I cannot get enough of, s'mores. Like, I don't think I'll ever have enough of the s'mores energy drink because that's just a crazy concept to begin with, but then the fact that they actually tastes like s'mores is insane. Little pro tip on the s'mores one: if you're looking to maybe switch it up just a little bit, it's so incredibly good with coconut milk. Also, the tiger's blood is my other favorite right now, and that one kind of already has coconut milk built into it. So if you want to emphasize the coconutiness, it also goes super well with coconut milk. Yes, love the DUBBY. Code Generally Nerdy at checkout, get you 10% off of your whole entire cart. So do that and do the things, and let's get to the stuff. All right, so we're gonna start with let's switch. Nope. In the wrong workspace. Haha. We're going to start with the Michael movie. Have this play in the background, I think. Mute. Mute the tab. Shaw. All right. So, I saw the Michael Jackson movie with Jafar Jackson, his nephew, playing him, and it's fantastic. This is absolutely fan service at its best. Yeah, Jafar really looks a lot like his uncle. Like, it's not a one for one, it's not a perfect, but they do a lot with the makeup in this movie to really make him look like Michael a lot. But I'm gonna try and not look at the video, it'll distract me. My ADD will go, whoa, moving things. So if you are a fan of Michael Jackson, this is nothing new, but it's really cool to see a good representation of Michael on the screen again. It's not oh man, I saw a review of it that was talking about it's not a crucifixion, it's a resurrection, I think was the quote. And that's legitimately what it is. Like, they all of the crazy stuff that has been perceived in the media as the crazy stuff of Michael's life really doesn't hit until after the Bad record, and this movie ends at the release of the Bad record. So, like, they leave all of the, I guess, really interesting stuff out, although Michael Jackson had such an incredibly interesting life. Obviously, there is some creative license taken in this movie where they don't give you the exact details, or they kind of mash some elements of his life together to kind of streamline the storyline. So, like, if you know intimately his history, which there's a lot of us out there that know that pretty well. I mean, I'm definitely not a Michael Jackson historian, but I love the guy. So, it's really awesome. It's just because it's a good representation. There are some issues with the movie, fairly minor. Like, it is, the biggest complaint about this movie is that it is, generally speaking, just biopic 101. It is exactly like every other biopic out there. So there, it doesn't really bring anything new to the table as far as like the storytelling or the form of storytelling is concerned, which is fine to a degree because like we just needed something of substance. We didn't necessarily need it to be ground shaking or world changing. Although it is about the greatest entertainer the world has ever known. So like the fact that it's not world changing is a little weird, but it's still a whole hell of a lot of fun. So like I was dancing and singing through the whole movie. It was nuts. It was great fun. The other issue is like we want to get a better representation of the more sticky parts of his life, of the more kind of spicy elements of his life, because I really really think that there is a way to not dishonor the alleged victims, but also still respect the legacy of Michael. Um, I personally am convinced that while there were some questionable elements to his life, I don't think that he is the monster that the media and a lot of people who don't actually care about the legacy that Michael Jackson left. I really don't think he's that monster. I think there were definitely some issues with the way he led his life. I think that he was we've talked about this before on the channel. He was definitely where's the loop button? You stupid thing. Um, we've talked about this on the channel. He's definitely made questionable decisions, but I think a large part of why, and they do illustrate this to some degree in this movie, large part of why he was the weird kind of dude that he was is because he was so psychologically and emotionally stunted. Like, I firmly believe that Michael Jackson in his head was always approximately 10 to 12 years old. I don't think he ever really grew up. The fact that he thought he was Peter Pan is kind of illustrative of that fact. And I really feel like he put himself in very precarious situations where it was easy to take advantage of him in horrible, horrible ways and make him look like a horrible, horrible person in the doing. So you can't like I don't have rose-colored glasses. I just tend to believe that the lack of evidence, which by and large, even though there is that silly documentary, it's still for the most part a lack of evidence. But the lack of evidence does not prove the crime. You need evidence to prove the crime, and as far as I've ever seen, there has not been any actual evidence aside from the way people feeling icky about certain things, and we're not even going to get into that. So, long story short, absolutely loved the Michael Jackson movie. Jafar Jackson again knocks it out of the park. Like the Victory Tour, the final performance of the Victory Tour, that performance by Jafar, like obviously the Michael performance is incredible, and if you've never seen it, you owe it to yourself to find that somewhere. But Jafar's reenactment of that performance was amazing. Freaking amazing. Absolutely recommend. Even if you're not necessarily a Michael Jackson fan, you are just a music fan, you should see this biopic. Again, not groundbreaking in any way, but definitely worth your time. So there's that. Let's talk about Mortal Kombat, because this is going to be the next movie I see multiple times in the theater, I think. Because I'm a nerd. We're gonna have to mute this one too, I think. Mute. Okay. So, Mortal Kombat. There was a fan, the fan service release was last night. They had all there were actually a couple of different screenings of it. There's the one in LA. There was one in Australia. So the dudes in Toasty Studios and Kamidogu, who I was associated with for some time. Yes, it's gonna be so awesome. I'm so stoked. The dudes in Toasty Studios and Kamidogu. Toasty Studios is based in Australia. Kamidogu, I think, is somewhere here in the States. So I don't know if he made it to showing or not, but I know Toasty Studios made it to the Australian showing, so that was dope. If you've seen any of the pictures I've been reposting on Twix, then you'll see all of those are from the LA showing. I think those were the only two, so somebody please correct me if I'm wrong. There may have been a New York showing, I'm not sure, but we have got a lot of information about the movie, and I'm super hype about it. First and foremost, the big worry, I think, for more casual fans of the franchise, more normie types who are not as entrenched in the lore as me and a lot of the people I associate with online, the big worry here was that it was going to take itself far too seriously. The trailers kind of illustrate the idea that it is taking itself very seriously because of its dark nature. The general consensus from the fan viewing last night is that it is not doing that at all. 100% knows what it is. It 100% takes advantage of the fact that it is cheesy and campy. It's just edgier than what Street Fighter is going to be. I still maintain, even if I wasn't a giant Mortal Kombat nerd, I still maintain that this movie is going to be the better of the two between Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. Street Fighter's out at the end of May. Let's actually double check that. I need to check and see the things. Release date. Come on, yeah, let's pull it up. Not Mortal Kombat. We are already on Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 2 is coming out May 8th. I'm going to see it on the 7th. It's the premiere date. So, Street Fighter. Street only has 2 E's. Street Fighter movie 2026. Release date on this bad boy is... Oh, come on. Oh, bite me, DuckDuckGo. I'll give Google my information real quick just because... There it is. Just because we need the real quick answer, and the real quick answer is still not here. What the bloody hell? Release date. Oh, it's October. Why did I think it was the end of May? October 16th. Either way, Street Fighter's coming out October 16th. Mortal Kombat's coming out next week. So we'll pull up the Street Fighter trailer to play while I'm talking about this portion because it is 11:30. We do not have time. Street Fighter trailer. Oh, it's right there. Good night. Let's just do that. There we go. Okay, so the Street Fighter trailer is definitely leaning into the camp, very obviously in the trailer. I think that is indicative of this movie being over the top campy. Like, it's a movie based on a video game, so that is kind of to be expected, but like excessively over the top to the point of like beating a dead horse, if you will. I really feel like this movie is going to still be good. Don't get me wrong. I still have high hopes that it is going to be watchable. It's definitely going to be better than the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. A lot more fan service in here, so that's awesome. The characters look great. I mean, just look at 50 Cent as Balrog. He is freaking awesome. I really like the dynamic between Ryu and Ken, because that's great. That is something that really hasn't been fleshed out in any of the American released stuff at all, aside from the games, obviously. So, like, that's just really, really cool. But I think that a lot of... Let's get to some of this wirework stuff. A lot of this stuff, this wirework, yeah, less so in this scene, I think. Most watched portion... I just think it's going to look too plasticky and too overproduced. And I think that the Mortal Kombat movie is going to both be super duper fan service and also be aware enough of its camp that it doesn't go over, it doesn't ruin the story in the doing, right? So this is going to be all spectacle and no story. Mortal Kombat has a story to tell. It's, from what I've heard from, again, the fan preview stuff, it's still not exactly the story from the game, but I think at this point they're in such damage control from the previous movie from Mortal Kombat that's kind of to be expected. um I'm just so hyped for this. Like, you don't even know, nerds. You don't even know. Mortal Kombat 2 trailer. We're gonna go through. We're just a couple more minutes on this, just because this is going to be hyped. So, right there. Things that I have heard that I think are going to go a long way. So again, potential spoilers. If you care about spoilers, thank you for watching. This is how we're going to end the stream. But potential spoilers nonetheless. So I'm not going to go over what I know about the ending. I do know how the movie ends, and I honestly am super hyped to see it happen. We're not going to talk about that. We're just going to talk about the really big issue from the first. Well, there's two primary issues from the first movie that they are absolutely going to address in this second movie, but they're going to create a third issue in so doing. We'll talk about that. So first, before we do that, can I pull up the images? We don't have time. I didn't do enough pre-show for this, but there are 3 different sets of collectors stuff for the Mortal Kombat movie. There's, of the 3 different sets, that's for 3 different theaters. So not Cinemark, Regal Cinemas, AMC, and I forget who the third one is now. But Regal Cinemas and AMC have the most of the collector's stuff. So we're going to see it at the Regal Cinemas, I believe, or the AMC. I can't remember which. I'm pretty sure it was Regal. They have there's 2 different Shao Kahn mask popcorn tubs, which is kind of crazy. One of them looks like you can actually put it on your head and it would fit. The other one's a little bit smaller. There's the Test Your Might popcorn tubs. There's the individual character popcorn tubs. There's an arcade popcorn tub. There's multiple soda cups. It's the merch for this at the theater is like, I'm just going to go to multiple theaters. But can I just buy a soda for the Mortal Kombat release? Because, like, I will see the movie probably 2 or 3 times at least in the theaters, but I just want all the collector stuff before it's sold out. Anyway, so they're going to address the 2 main issues from the first movie. Those 2 main issues being, 1, Cole Young, because why the hell this character even exists at all? We know why he exists, because the producer types, the theater, the people with the money. I'm brain farting words right now. The people who funded the movie, the ones who were like, yes, we'll make your movie, but you have to do X, Y, and Z. They didn't think that there was a point of view character in the story for normies. It's because they obviously don't understand the product that they had, because there's multiple point of view characters. Again, we've talked about this ad nauseum. So they injected Cole Young. The fandom revolted against that. We'll just play it. The normies didn't take well to that too, because at this point it is so prevalent in pop culture that people know who the point of view characters are. Those point of view characters, if this is the first time you've ever heard anything about Mortal Kombat, Johnny Cage, who's introduced here, look at this trailer, yes. Apparently, we get a pretty decent Johnny Cage too, so I'm pretty excited about that. But Johnny Cage is a point of view character. We also have Liu Kang as a point of view character, which they did to a pretty decent degree in the 95 movie. There's a couple that they introduced later, but they're not going to do those guys here. Like Cobra technically is a point of view character, but that didn't work out super well. Anyway, so there's that. And then the other major issue that they're going to address is the tournament, the fact that there wasn't a tournament in the first movie. So they address the Cole Young issue. Again, spoilers, because Cole Young bites the dust. Cole is killed within the first 15 minutes of the movie. Apparently, they don't do my boy Louis Tan dirty. They don't just straight up kill him because the fans hated the character. Apparently, he does go out swinging, and he does go out on a high note. Like, all of the people who were at the fan viewings totally dug the way that happens. Like, it's respectful to Louis Tan, because it's not Louis Tan's fault that they created a bogus character. So they're still respectful of him. And they also, and apparently Baraka is going to be a total badass in this too. Johnny Cage and Baraka and Katana, all three new additions technically to this movie, are all doing heavy lifting for the story on this. And I'm super excited about it. Anyway, so they kill off Cole Young, and there is an actual tournament. Like, the combatants are teleported to different areas, very fan servicey areas. We get the Deadpool, we get the pit, all of we obviously get hell, because it's in the trailer, right? That's or the Nether Realm, I guess. So hyped for this, so hyped for this. Again, I really feel like the comparison that I heard between this and Street Fighter was from Steven Crowder, who's a little nerdy. Like, I'll give him credit. He's definitely got some nerds on his staff, and they were trying to correct him when he made the assertion that the Street Fighter movie was going to be better because it's going to recognize that it is a video game movie and not a serious action movie, which it can be both, man. You can be totally campy and still make a really great action movie, and you can tell a freaking story, and it sounds like they've pretty well done that with the Mortal Kombat movie. The issue that it creates, though, like I said, it takes care of the two major issues, but creates kind of a third issue with this movie. It sounds like the issue that it's going to create is they're kind of hodgepodging a lot of different elements from the games to speed up the timeline through the movie story, which can be okay, but we learned in the animated movies that it can also be kind of shit. The Defenders of, or what is the name of the Realms animated movie? I'm blanking it right now. The Defenders of the Realm. Defenders of the Realm was the animated series. Something. The not the most recent animated movie, because that was the Johnny Cage one, but the one before it, where it was Liu Kang and fighting the one being, or it was so broken. It was so broken. They were trying to amalgamate like 6 different storylines from the games into one animated movie, and it just didn't work. So I really hope that the third movie, because the third movie's going to happen. This movie is going to sell so many tickets. It's going to be up for special effects Oscar. I'm calling it right now. This Mortal Kombat movie will get a nomination, probably won't win, but we'll get a nomination for special effects and also potentially for score. I'm really hoping that the music is up to par with the 95 movie and also Annihilation. The only good thing about Annihilation was the score. So yeah, creating a minor issue. Also, no CG characters this time, so we have no return of Reptile, no return of Goro, no introduction of Kintaro or Motaro. So or Shiva. Who else would be? Yeah, those would be the 5 that would be in this time frame for the main storyline for the games. Very, very interesting. But yeah, super hype, super hype. We will do. Yeah. Oh, we're still going to see it. Absolutely still going to see it. We will do a proper news episode later this week. I really just wanted to talk about Mortal Kombat, honestly, and the Michael Jackson movie. I was pretty excited to see the Michael Jackson movie, but it was. I wasn't as hyped for it to start as I am the Mortal Kombat movie, and I feel like my hype level for Mortal Kombat just continues to grow and continues to grow and continues to grow. So, especially after last night, hearing all of the good things. Yes, bro. Yes, they did a an update for the Mortal Kombat theme song for this movie too, and it's hype as shit. It's so good. I really dig the updated version that they did for the last movie in 2021. But I think this one's better. Anyway, and you'll never beat the Immortals. Like, the Immortals version is the penultimate, is the absolute greatest. But like, they're doing the Lord's work with these reimaginings of it. Also, if you're looking for a great Mortal Kombat record, the Mortal Kombat 9 soundtrack, the one that has Skrillex on it, where he does the Reptile theme song, that whole record is so damn good. Anyway, we have to end the stream because I have to go to the day job. So, we will do a news stream later this week. I promise you, it will be action-packed, full of the news. It will probably be a night stream. That way, I'm not trying to eke out as much as I can before I have to go to the day job. Stay tuned to the socials for what the new schedule is going to be, as I am still currently working on getting that done. Don't forget to check out the merch stores so you can go get your Phantom Nerd shirts and hoodies and things. Super, super love that design. And also, for those of you that have not done it just yet, DUBBY is the place to get your energy drink needs. Dubby.gg is the website. Generally Nerdy is the code at checkout to get your 10% off. I appreciate the crap out of you nerds. I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for joining me. Before we go, always remember that if it is generally